Hello everyone, Dino Don here with the next update on the W.A.R Corsair project. So this weekend I went ahead and started working on all the control surfaces. I got 6 flaps, as you can see those are in the center of the table. Pair of ailerons, left and right, rudder, and the elevator assembly. I managed to get 2 layers on everything except for the 2 center flaps. I actually ran out of fiberglass, so now I got to figure out how much I need and order some more to finish off the other sides. Two of these I think I did yesterday. You can see I still have to do this side. This piece of tape comes off, but these dried up. I did 2 this morning, and they dried up pretty good. I was able to trim the edges off. These ones here are still setting, so they're not ready to trim. And then throughout the week I was working on the exhaust system here, and there's a little paper template of the type of muffler I'm going to make now. It's going to be an oval one that will fit up in here. It'll essentially go straight in line, so the exhaust pipe comes right off the back end of that, like so. And it'll be about 12 and a half inches wide instead of 14, and it'll still fit up in there nice, and I can come down in from the top with the oxygen sensor. I see some people say, go for straight pipes, but no, that's just entirely too damn loud for straight pipes. And you're not going to be wanting flying around. Even though you're wearing headsets, it'll be obnoxious on the ground, and I hate loud exhaust. So what I did, like I say, I did have to recut all these. I still haven't welded them up, kind of just taking a break from that. But I got to order up some stainless 1.5 inch tubing and some sheet, basically 35 thousandths I'll use to weld that all up and get that button down. So that's pretty much all I've done this week. A couple days this week was extremely miserable hot. Tuesday I had a funeral to go to, and that was like the hottest day of the week. So that's about all I got done now. I'm getting low on microbloons. I may have to buy another gallon of those in order to finish everything up, because these all have to be slurry coated, filled, sanded, smooth before they can be painted. So that's where I'm at this week, folks. A lot of work just for 2 days. A bunch of these needed a little bit of pre-prepping before I could do them. As you can see, some of these had some pretty good nicks in there that I had to fill in first with some slurry to get the worst parts of it done. So it took a little while to prep the rest of these things, and then all I got done yesterday was just 2 of those. But there's 2 layers on everything, and with these you got to just kind of let it drape, because they won't wrap around. They will not wrap around. The fabric is just thick enough that it just springs back and it'll just leave an air pocket. So it's kind of one of those things where you just got to work with what you got, I guess. So I can't remember. This is something like a 7725 or something like that. It's called a crow's foot weave. They've got really wide strands going one way, flat strands, and then they get real thin strands going the opposite direction. As you pull these out, you can see that some of these are thicker strands, and then the cross strands are thinner. A lot thinner, so it's kind of a different weave, but it's supposed to be stronger than the 7500 that the plans call out for. It says 2 layers of heavyweight boat tooling cloth. So alright, so I guess I'm going to just keep this one short this week. Not much to report on. Got to order some more materials, get the stuff for the muffler coming. Still got little pieces of hardware here and there I got to gather up. Finish hooking up the throttle quadrant. The gas tank, I got to check the fuel lines, make sure they're long enough to fit with because I made the new fuel tank this last year too. But they should be pretty close to the same position as they were before. I guess that's about all I got going, and then I still need to order material for the windshield and canopy. Some of these, when I was fitting them, the gaps on the ailerons on this end was about 1/4 inch on one end, so I had to take the plywood off, put a piece of foam under, put it back on, and lengthen it. And then the other aileron kind of tapered some, about 3/16 of an inch. So I had to put a wedge in there to bring that out straight so it fits in the aileron pocket of the wings in the back. So, and the flaps, I had to do the same thing to those before after I put them together. Some of them were, the gaps came out a little too wide, and I had to take the end pieces off and add some foam to them. Like this one here, I can see that was one where I had to add, 3/8 of an inch to that to get her in line correctly. Here's another one I can see that was added. So these should all be in good shape. And then the ends of these, I'll, like I say, because I can't wrap them, I'll have to just do some clear epoxy on those. And then the other issues I ran into was on these little ones, cutting the fabric here, it wasn't able to keep it in there. So I'll mix up, when I do the top, I'll mix up some epoxy with some like cotton flocks, and I'll fill that in with some cotton flocks. It's just ground up cotton, and I'll cover that up and it'll be alright. So, alright folks, that's going to do it for this week. A little short, but a lot of work for a couple days. So as always, feel free to leave any comments, questions, or concerns, and I'll answer them as they come along. And appreciate everyone taking the time to watch these videos. So for this week, this is Dino Don out.